Hi there Poke fans, I'm your humble host Trosit fan and you're watching Pokemon Gym Challenges. Today, as you see, we are going to finally face Wallace over here, or Wally over here. We specifically went back into the cave to train up our Flygon to evolve into his final form. He was a Vibrava at that stage. My stuttering is a consequence of me wanting to use the same word, two different words but that mean the same thing. So my brain is struggling to decide which word to use. Damn, this Altaria is at a high level. I wonder if I'm even going to be able to do sufficient damage. Well, I don't even hit, so that's Dragon Pulse. What was the previous attack? The Dragon Pulse does quite a bit of damage. That did a lot of damage. He goes for Safeguard. What is that gonna do? Ryan got his skill, and he got a bloody strong Pokemon, Flygon. That is amazing. Ryan grew to level 42. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to evolve just yet, like Roselia is next. The Flygon is going to have to be the one, because he is the one that has Fly, and he's a Dragon type, so he's probably a bit more resilient to Roselia's grass type attacks. Now if it was a Roserade, it might have been a bit of a trouble for me. It might even have outsped my attack. I could be wrong with about that, and that Fly took out Roselia in a single attack. I don't even think Roserade would have been able to survive that. Now is Torterra the appropriate one, or... Okay, let's go for Ion again. If I'm lucky, I'll take out this Delcatty and gain some more experience. If I'm not lucky, well, I couldn't expect too much, seeing as the amount of HP Ryan has left. But Delcatty's attack does almost nothing, whereas my Earthquake almost takes it out. Let's see what Takedown does. He goes for a feint attack. Hopefully this Takedown doesn't take me out as well. Okay, that does take out the Delcatty. Now, does Ryan survive? It seems he does survive. Okay, Magneton is next. Practically any of my Pokemon can take on Magneton, because he's not going to be able to attack us with any electric type attacks. This might have been an appropriate time to use my Crocodile, but let's see what Torterra can do. And I'm hoping this is not going to be a situation where I regret my decisions, because I might need my Torterra later on for a water type, for instance. Okay, this Magneton has Sturdy. Doesn't really matter since I'm going to use a Earthquake in any case. He goes for a Tri-Attack, which doesn't land a status condition, but he could have easily gone for a Potion. And I was wanting to get right back to landing on the Sturdy. So this time, Crocodile is probably the best option. He sends out Gallade. Gallade is a fighting and a psychic type. Technically I am at a disadvantage and an advantage, and this Gallade Mega evolves. Why couldn't I get a bloody Mega Stone for my Gallade? That did quite a bit of damage. This is probably going to take out my Crocodile, and it does. I'm a bit disappointed in the fact that That attack didn't take out the Gallade. But what are you going to do? Now the question is, who am I going to use next? I'm thinking of Torterra because he has hardly any HP left. And I might be able to... let's just go for Swampert. Swampert might actually survive an attack. And I'll also do a Mega Evolution and then I'll do my Waterfall. This is probably Wally's, I think his name is Wally's, by the way. It's probably his last Pokemon. Okay, that hardly did any damage to me. Whereas Waterfall should take him out because he is so weak. And it does. Yes, his name is Wally, and I have defeated him. Yes, you lost. Rhyhorn is evolving. Exactly what I wanted to see. Now for this animation to complete, and there we have a Rhyhorn. Now how long am I going to keep Rhyhorn before I evolve it to Rhyperior? Leave a comment in the comment section below if you can guess the answer to that. And yes, I do want him to learn Hammer Arm. That's going to be an awesome attack to learn, or to know. And Chip Away is definitely not an attack I want. So there we go. Rhydon has learned Hammer Arm. A very useful attack for him to know. Might even have come in handy in this specific battle, but I didn't have it available at that stage. So that is how it is. Now we're just talking about a bunch of nonsense. And as always, feel free to pause the video if you want to read any of the dialogue. He gives me a Dawnstone. This time I don't actually have any Pokemon that require a Dawnstone, but why didn't he use a Dawnstone on his Roselia? I'm fairly sure that you need a Dawnstone to evolve Roselia into a Roserade. Why did he fight me with a Roselia? You will never understand the decisions these NPCs make. Here we have reached the Pokemon Center. I am 99% sure of that. Yes, it is. Let's not go straight into the doors. Let's go heal up first. And then we are going to switch out our HMU for our legendary old Groudon over there. And then we are going to do some grinding. Some serious grinding. But I'm probably going to speed that up significantly, so that you don't have to suffer through the whole thing. Now the better option would be to just have rare candies, which I could just edit in, but I have kind of grown accustomed to doing this grinding thing. Maybe I do the whole rare candy thing at some stage. Now all my Pokemon have been sorted from strongest to weakest. Now to buy some items at the mart over here. Let's see what I want. I definitely want some full restores. And I want some hyper potions. Let's get 10 of those. Yes. Get some full restores. Probably also 10. Although that's going to deplete my finances quite significantly. Some revives I want. I already have 5, so let's just get 5 more. No. And some full heals, of course. That's going to be very useful in healing me from status conditions, of which confusion is one. I can't edit that enough. In case I forget to mention it, here is what happened. I traded my Pokemon over to the other game to get them attack which are only available in the game. I also brought over a protector with not the correct Pokemon because I randomized these games to allow Rhydon to evolve with level up holding the protector. Unfortunately, that recording got corrupted, and it is from there that we continue. I may have made some mistakes in this edit over here and in the reading of this. Now, I'm holding this a lot longer than I actually needed to read it because I thought that it would go by sooner. And as you saw over there, I like standing there, right there in the middle of that Pokebox or that Pokeball. I wonder what I'm going to find now. Did I go to the ship yet? I know that on the ship I can find a Ice Beam. I only have 2 Pokemon that can actually learn Ice Beam. But is that something that is actually required? So this is the attacks that I have: Stone Edge, Takedown, Earthquake and Hammer Arm. And there's Rock Hit as an ability, so it doesn't take any recoil damage. Okay, Outrage. I have Outrage on my Torterra. I don't know if that's ever going to come in handy, but it might. Avalanche, Earthquake, Mudshot and Waterfall. All of these are mostly physical attacks. Now on this Mudshot location, I want to learn Superpower. I'll do that in this episode, I think, or maybe in the next. Okay, this is what Flygon has. Okay, and this is what he has: Fire Blast, Solar Beam, Earthquake and Precipice Blades. Now, Earthquake is not necessary because I'm going to use Precipice Blades. Now I'm just checking the comparative strength and accuracy stats before I actually go to the next phase of this plan. Now why I landed over here, I don't know. Because I wanted to be over here instead, I think. Or this is maybe just a scouting mission to see where I land and then go from there to find the next location. So I healed up for some reason, I don't know why. Here we find ourselves a Houndumite. Okay, this doesn't really bode too well. Ah, did you know about that little location over there that you can just go up if you accidentally went down the first step of that? And that's what I did. I went and fetched my HM mule because there's probably some HMs that I need for what I'm trying to find. Now I'm just checking out these towns. There's the Move Tutor. Now, did I need to switch out my HMU and my legendary? Okay, so we encounter a Zubat over here. I'm surprised that I allowed this to stay. I allowed it to stay because I need Rhyhorn to level up a bit so that he can evolve. Zubat is unfortunately fairly weak. But since I'm going in this direction in any case, I might as well collect as much of the experience as I can while I'm looking for some TMs, which is probably going to be up this waterfall over here. Can any of you guess what I'm trying to collect over here? I mean, by this time you've seen this playthrough so often, and I almost every time come and collect this specific TM over here. I'm fairly sure of it. Okay, another. Oh, this is a Golbat this time. I wonder if Golbat can evolve into Crobat with a friendship developed by its fellow Golbat or Zubat instead of a trainer. If any of you ever thought about that? Now, granted, we have never actually seen a Crobat in the wild, so that'll imply that that is not the case. But if this was a real world situation, and they existed, wouldn't it make sense that that is a possible outcome? So why can't I get past over here? Okay, so this is another Dragon Tamer. And I do have some Dragon type attacks to use against him if necessary. Another Flygon. I wonder what attack I should... Okay, let's just switch out. It's better to just switch out than to try and fight this with my Rhydon. He uses Dragon Rush. That's actually quite a decent attack. Let's go for Avalanche. He goes for another Dragon Rush. That almost took out my Swampert. But my Avalanche takes out this Flygon in a single attack, as I expected it would. Swampert goes to level 47. Yes, I defeated the Dragon Tamer, but he only has one dragon. So that doesn't really matter as much. Okay, Hyper Potion I think is the better potion to use. Now I regret not getting a Super Potion instead of the Hyper Potion. I mean, the Hyper Potion is good and all, but in this situation I think the Super Potion would have been sufficient. Okay, so let's explore in this direction. Okay, there's nothing over here. What is down these stairs over here? Or this ladder? There's another Dragon Tamer over there. Or is it the same one? Let's see what's across this little body of water. This is getting kind of frustrating. Another Zubat, a Golbat I mean. And for some reason the recording is lagging a bit. So I'm struggling to get my timing perfect over here. So if my voiceover doesn't match up perfectly, you know why it is. but I'll try and match it up anyway. So through this door there's another pond with some rocks jutting out from the bottom, but you can't interact with them, and here is what I was looking for. It turns out to be a dragon claw. Now that might be quite useful to at least one of my Pokemon. I just have to decide who I'm going to teach it to, and it appears it's going to be he already knows Dragon Claw, so all this was kind of a waste of time. But if you want Dragon Claw, this is where you find it. Now I have to make my way out of this cave. I wonder if I had a escape rope at this stage, or whether I just wanted to explore some more. I could have just used a escape rope. There's an item over here. PP Max. That might be a very useful item to use for my more rare attacks. Another Pokemon encounter which I don't actually want or appreciate, but it does give Rhydon some experience. Okay, another Stone Edge should do it, assuming I actually hit the attack. And I get poisoned. Of course I get poisoned. I mean, it's not like I'm a rock and a ground type with a reasonable resistance to poison type attacks. But Rhydon does level up, and he should evolve now. Why doesn't he evolve? Because I didn't give him the item, that's why he didn't evolve. Clearly I want him to reach a specific level before I allow him to evolve. Not that that makes any difference in when I learn the attacks or which attacks I learn. Probably it's just got something to do with some sentimental principle of spending some time at a certain evolutionary stage before allowing it to just pass on to the next evolutionary stage. Now I'm not going to do that very much in the dark playthrough, and yes, I have to replay the whole dark playthrough again because my computer got busted again and I lost all of that data. So while I'm playing doing this voiceover, I'm playing my dark playthrough as we speak, so to say. Anyway, this is going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Please consider subscribing to the channel, leaving a like and share it with your friends. Thank you and goodbye.